the nature of Bitcoin is such that once version 0.1 was released, the core design was set in stone for the rest of its lifetime. Satoshi Nakamoto. Welcome everybody to this video. We're gonna cover the Bitcoin hash rate. It's going very high from the last couple of days, and it's reaching all-time high. Let's zoom in a little bit to see. So wonderful. More miners joining the network, and the stronger the network gets and more security. Now does that really correlate to the price though? Like, because let's look at this is the logarithmic chart of the, when you look at it in the long logarithmically, and this basically shows you how the network grows. You see the 50% drop. It's really minor if you really look at it, like see, so it doesn't really show that over a long period of time. So that's wonderful. Let's see if, based on the price, correlation to the hash rate, and this chart will show a little bit of gives a little bit of information. This is basically just to zoom in into the, the purple line is the hash rate, right? And you have the price chart. So it doesn't really matter when you look at it over, let's look at it over a long period of time, right? So you see the price, it's chopping up and down, but the hash rate is just going really just doing its own thing. So the hash rate and the price is not necessarily correlate, when you look at it in a long period of time. But it's very good to see more security over the network. Let's move on to the next thing. I want to show you guys the most amazing thing. There's a news on Fidelity. I want to add Bitcoin to 401ks. Now, this is great news, okay, for a lot of people out there. And this is what I always wanted to see, people using Bitcoin without knowing it, people benefiting from Bitcoin without knowing it. Bitcoin is 21 million fixed. Nobody can change that. Because of that, the price can only go up. So when people can have access, their 401k into Bitcoin, so their 401k has a chance to go up. They have a chance to survive in the future, because most people, they really, it's really hard. I don't really see where most of those people are gonna be able to retire, right? With those 401ks, they won't. I don't think so, right? So by being able to, those companies, willing to, um, you know, invest into Bitcoin with those 401ks, that's a good future for a lot of people. It's really a good thing. I hope more and more companies holding those 401ks can do the same. Right, so, and more and more people can get in, and the more people get in, the more beneficial. And it's because of what's coming, guys, because of the risk of this transition. It has to be smooth. It has to be so that more and more people can migrate and safely, and less and less people get hurt. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. I don't want to see Bitcoin price, shout and go to the roof, and then everybody get hurt. And I want more and more people benefit from this transition. Everybody can benefit, and this is why I'm creating this channel, to educate more and more people. Tell your friends, tell your family. They will think you want to scam them. That's okay. Just tell them, educate them. Right? Share videos, share like microsellers. I'm gonna show you a video of microseller explaining Bitcoin. So let's be part of this. So less and less people can get hurt. I don't want it to see a transition where people can't, people are dying hungry. Right? I don't want to see that. right? Inflation is coming. Inflation is here, and hyperinflation is coming, right? So we want more and more people transition. Like when I go to El Salvador, I go to other countries, and I see those people using Bitcoin. They see Bitcoin as a necessity, as something they want to use to survive, to thrive, right? But in places like North America, advanced societies, you see, most people see Bitcoin as an investment vehicle. Like it's not an investment vehicle. It's a it's a way to save your energy, to survive in the future, right? So seeing this, it's wonderful, and we would love to see more and more of this. Okay, so let's move on to the next. I promise you guys to show you a video of Michael Saylor, basically um, explaining Bitcoin to this lady, um, which was I want to show you exactly the most important part um, of
uh,
the.
affluent, intelligent person will want to buy from you in 30 years or 100 years. So Bitcoin fits that bucket, and it kind of competes with owning a building or if you wanted to have a second rental home, right? You would buy a second home and you would Airbnb it or you would rent it. And the benefit of that is you're kind of invested in property and you can maybe put a mortgage on it so you can leverage it up. And then the detriment is you got to maintain the home, and a storm might hit it, and then if nobody rents it from you or they trash it, right? Maybe you can't rent it at certain points in time if it's in the wrong place. So what if I could snap my fingers and convert your rental Airbnb apartment into a Bitcoin? I call it a digital virtual apartment. And then if I told you it could last forever, you don't have to repaint it, and then you can teleport it to any place in the world where anybody needs it for like the Japanese Olympics, or you can move it to the Cannes Film Festival, and you find the highest bidder. And then when they don't want it anymore, you bring it back and you teleport it to New York or Paris or London. So think of it as like your digital apartment that you can put a mortgage on and that you can rent out to the highest bidder, that you can also carry around in the palm of your hand and hold on an Android or an iPhone. Now ask yourself the question, how much of your portfolio do you want to have invested in that kind of property? And then maybe you want to invest in Facebook or Apple, or you want to invest in a stock.
Okay, guys. So basically, I'm gonna let the rest of the video. I'm gonna put the link below so you can watch the full video. And you see, look at her face, and she's so interested in what he's saying, because it says the truth, right? It's saying he's describing it with like concrete illusions and concrete examples, and showing you what you can do with it, the power of it, right? So it's incredible. I think I'm so grateful that we have Michael Saylor in the Bitcoin space, being able to explain people, educate people, and I think he is doing like a tremendous job. And I hope we could have more and more people like this explaining and describing it, and people who don't really see it as a trading, something to trade and make go in and out, right? And make some money, make some quick bucks, right? This is not what it is. It's a lifesaver. It's something that can help humanity, help us, right? Transition to this period of chaos and panic and all those things, right? So this is what it is. So we have to have more and more people like this, so we can explain, not just try to make some quick money and some trade and think you smart. That's not what it is. It's about saving people's life. Okay, so anyway, let's move on to the next. Um, basically, I just basically you have other things, other crazy things happening, and let's look at the rainbow chart and what it's saying. Um, as you know, rainbow chart is just tell you, okay, this is just basically the price dropping up and down, and it shows some some bundles saying, oh, this is in the light green, meaning that it's still cheap. Nobody really knows, right? But it's just an indication. It's just for fun. You just kind of look at it. But the rule of the game is this year, right? You buy every setup, every day or every week, right? So you just buy, even if it's for $10, it doesn't matter. $10. If this is what you can afford, just get it, right? Don't stay zero, right? Don't stay at zero. Don't try to make quick bucks. You know, lower your term horizon. Like think of it long term, like for 5 years, for 10 years. This way, you will be the best beneficiary of this. Make it part of your, family, part of your lifestyle, right? So this way you can see the full benefit of it, right? It's not something to sell, like Michael said. It's something to hold it for long term, like for 100 years. Why? Because you don't have to sell it. You can rent it. You can you can do all the things with it. You don't That's why I said, you just, if this is only $10 you can afford, just put 10, because you don't want to buy and then the price drop and then you have to sell again. No, you don't have to do that, right? So you don't wait when the price is going up and then you start to FOMO in, and then once you FOMO and then once the price is going down, you will sell again. Don't be part of that. What you do, you DCA over time. At the same time, you will spend more time to learn more about it, to teach yourself, to learn, to listen to more podcasts and listen to more knowledgeable people about it, explaining you what it is. And the more you spend time, the more you educate yourself, the more you will feel more confident and putting more into it, right? So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm making this type of video specifically for education, and if you like this type, you can share, comment, and let me know what I can do best, what you want me to talk about more. And if you have any question, let me know below. And also, basically, you can do the same. You can do the same thing. You can just educate yourself and do the same thing. So we can, bring more and more people. We can build this bridge and transition more and more people to this. So I hope you guys enjoy, and subscribe and like if you like this type of content. Thank you.